depends of the week and when I have the time, but mostly after school or after my day. Yes.
Do the shops that you go to usually close up?
Well, in the Netherlands, I have to say, they close especially at 5:30 to 6, except Albertijn, which closes afterwards. It's a supermarket.
Well, in general, shops in the Netherlands close early compared to other European countries. Do you think that they should close this early?
No, definitely not.
Why?
Well, from my experience in France, where the shops actually close much later, varied from 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the evening, you actually have the time after school or after work to actually go there. In the Netherlands, the problem is that it's too closed in the time to actually move around, if it's clear.
Does the, well, sort of probably answered this, but does the early closure influence your shopping routine?
Yes.
Do you think that closing later will welcome more customers?
Yes. Well, if it closes later, the international people from the European Union in the Schengen area would be used to more of this later shop closure, so they could have more clients, international clients especially.
Well, what do you think that the opening and closing times then should be?
For me, for small shops, let's say, for example, the boulangerie, I'm sorry if I don't know the term in English, but I think it would be more around 7:30 or 8 at maximum, but not 6.
What do you think about this then? Because we went around asking people, shopkeepers online, what they think about this issue, right? And they said, I don't know how many people, I think it was 1 or 2 people, out of 10 that we asked, said that if the shops were to close later, nobody would come. Because I'm not exactly sure why, but they said that there aren't that many people out there at that time. So,
Well, for me, as I said previously, it would be changeful. And my perception is as a 15-year-old, and also as a newcomer into the Netherlands. If their business actually works at this time, then perfect for them. But for me, as a customer, it's bad, let's say, to close at such an early time.
When do you usually go shopping?
I don't go that often, but when I do, it's in the afternoon, because that's when I'm free, or on a Saturday.
At what time do the shops that you usually go to close?
Same time as all the other shops, around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
In general, shops in the Netherlands close really early compared to other European countries. Do you think that they should close that early?
Not that early, because that then limits the time you actually have to go. It's probably a little later, around 8 o'clock. So, if it closes later, you have more time. You're not so rushed.
Does the early closure influence your shopping routine, if you have one?
I don't really have a routine, so it doesn't really influence my routine. But it influences when I go.
How does the closing hour affect your personal life, and how so?
Well, yes, I've already said it several times. It limits the time that I can spend there.
Do you think that closing later will welcome more customers?
Yes, because say for example you have a family. There's 2 parents and you have some children, and one of the parents is working. They get home, it's about 5 o'clock, and at the same time it's when the shops are already closing, right? So they can't go as a family to do their shopping.
Do you think that the closure time of the shop should depend on the day of the week?
Well, as of now, usually on Thursdays it's a koopavond, so the shops close later. Instead of at, I think instead of at 5, I think they close at around 8 o'clock. So, well, maybe, that doesn't concern me as much.
What do you think that the opening and closing times should be, and why?
They open around, well, maybe I don't know, open around 10 or 11, maybe even up to 12 o'clock. And they should close, yeah, as I said, close around 8 o'clock, something like that.
Okay, that's it.
Go shopping.
You already asked me this in the
But I
afternoon.
know, you're doing it
Okay,
again.
sorry. In the afternoon.
What time?
Maybe like 5 or 6.
As you probably know, shops in the Netherlands close quite early. Do you think that they should close this early?
No, they should close later.
Why?
Because then I'll have more time to get stuff.
Does the early closure influence your shopping routine?
Yes, it does.
Does it affect your personal life?
No.
Do you think that closing later will welcome more customers?
Definitely.
Do you think that the closure time of the shop should depend on the day of the week?
Yeah.
What do you think then? What do you think that the opening and closing time should be, and why?
Maybe they should open at like 8, and close at 9 or 10.
Go on. When do you usually go shopping? Midday, okay. At what time do the shops that you go to usually close?
At most, what, 7? No, 7, sometimes 9. Only on Thursdays.
As you probably have noticed because you are not Dutch, shops in the Netherlands close really early. Do you think that they should close that early?
No. I want my midnight ice cream.
That serves as a reason to so that the shops don't close that early?
Yeah,
Sounds
that is the reason.
Does the early closure influence your shopping routine if you have a shopping routine?
I do not have a shopping routine. It does not matter to me. I fear no man. Not that.
Where do I start from? How does the closing hour of the shops How does the closing hour of the shops affect your personal life?
It does not affect my personal life.
Okay. Do you think that closing later will welcome more customers?
It would be amazing, actually. Not everyone has all the time in the world during midday.
Do you think that the closure time of the shop should depend on the day of the week?
Nah. Except Friday. Friday is amazing.
What do you think, in your opinion, what do you think that the closing times and opening times should be, in your opinion, and why?
In my opinion, would be 9 p.m. because it's right after dinner, so maybe you run out of some milk for your cereal. It's always milk first. You fucking Norway.
You didn't. Ow.
What do you think that the opening and closing times should be, and why?
From 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Where's the accent?
Why?
No, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Why? That's what you just said.
Because
Why?
9 p.m. is a great time.
Okay.
Wow.
You just distracted me so much. Just cut. No. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just really distracted right now.
Can we just do this again? Anyone ask a question yet?
Yeah, I can read your mind.